welcome back to Party Trick Astrology. I'm Nina.
I'm Shaina.
And this is
Capricorn Rising. Children screaming.
But in a happy way.
Yes, welcome to your Capricorn Rising. Should we be very to the point and
blunt and dry?
This? Yeah. We're very excited for this video.
Yes, Capricorn Rising is very compatible with ours because we are Cancer Rising.
I find it's a very odd relationship that I have with Capricorn Risings.
Yeah.
I think that, okay, with Capricorn Risings, I have a weird relationship with them because I have so much Capricorn in my chart that I like that aspect of them, but because they're opposite rising signs to me, it can like frustrate me. But also like I hate my rising. It's like weird, but also I don't like theirs either. So it's just a weird thing of just like, I don't know.
No, I have a not to say like love-hate.
No.
But like
they won't be offended.
They won't be offended, yeah. But it's like I find like I love them and they hate me.
Really? No, I totally know that. Okay, basically, we need to start getting into talking about Capricorn Risings. They're so serious. They're so deadpan. I think what makes me so frustrated, like, is like when I first meet them, they definitely think I'm very childish and young and stupid. And like, if I want to have fun, they're just like. But that's not. I'm not saying like Capricorn Risings don't know how to have fun. But I'm saying like when you first meet them, they're the kind of risings that are just like, oh, Shaina.
Yeah.
Like that's how they all treat me. Like they love it, but they also are like, oh, this child.
Yeah. Sometimes they love it. Sometimes they have like a weird reaction where they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. But basically, looks wise. Capricorn Rising. Capricorns are the lamest when it comes to looks wise because there's like nothing. They just have like small features and very calculated and serious looking.
Yeah, they are the resting bitch face people.
Oh my god, yes. Like, and they're the like, why don't you smile people?
Yeah. And then this is how they react when you ask them to smile. Or
not even that. That's too much. They're like annoyed about it.
Yeah.
They're like yeah, it's just like they just have a very serious outlook of life. Capricorn Risings are the kind of people, like not always, but a lot of times, like they can wear sweatpants and still look professional. Yeah. There's this other girl I worked at a Capricorn Rising, but she was like a Leo-Libra combination. So she wore sweatpants every single day, but she would look so professional and put together. It's crazy. Yeah, they just kind of like more sophisticated clothing usually, or maybe if it's not sophisticated, it's just like
really what it is. It's
simple.
It's plain.
Yeah, plain.
Like sometimes, depending on obviously their combination, they might have like something funky. Yeah. But for the most part, it's like practical. So
totally, it's like if I'm gonna do this today, then I'm gonna dress for this occasion. You know what I mean? If they're not gonna wear something that there's not a use for or buy something, like that, it's a very practical mindset.
And they're really good at, because like we went to an acting school where oftentimes we'd have to dress a certain way for like a certain assignment, and they're very good about that. I'm very bad about that.
Yeah, no, I can be good at it, but I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it too.
Hate it so much. Like I obviously don't know how to dress practical. Like, it's not a thing for me.
But they are very good with oh, I have to wear this for this and this. They like to dress practically, and they're not going to, I feel like, dress up too much for just like every day because it's not practical. So if they're going to school and nothing really important is happening, they will wear sweatpants, but they won't look sloppy about it. They're just being practical.
Yeah, they're just very serious. They probably have this rising because maybe you grew up in a family that was very strict or maybe religious or conservative or something like that. There was maybe a lot of structure, even if you weren't. And they wanted you to be a very responsible child. You had to be the child that always got good grades, or they wanted you to be. The kind of family that's like hide your emotions, come across.
Be responsible, work hard, be successful.
Be the leader too. Yeah. It's all about success.
But don't be showy, be humble still.
Capricorn Risings don't normally have the best confidence because Saturn is on your ascendant basically. So it gives you like all this, I don't know, Saturn is a big self-confidence color. But they can almost come across a little bit arrogant, but they aren't. It's very interesting. Yeah. It's just because they come across so just like almost, not like Aquarius rising, like I'm better than you, but like Just kind of like, I'm more focused.
Serious,
You're not as, like, I'm here to do what I need to do. Like, all work, no fun kind of thing.
And so you might feel bad, like, oh my God, am I not working hard enough? Well, this person is better at me at doing this. But that's not how they feel. It's almost like they don't necessarily want to be that way. You know, they're not
It's
the
just
person.
their ascendant.
They're not in America's Next Top Model being like, I didn't come here to make friends. They're just like being practical, and Saturn is like a huge restriction on their ascendant, on the way that they come across, and really honestly on their life, because it's their ruling planet of their chart pretty much.
They probably, or you, I don't know, didn't have much of a childhood, like a fun, not that I'm saying your childhood was bad, but that's not what I mean, but like just you had to grow up quickly, or you were maybe like the older one always.
Yeah.
You know, the older child, or even if you were younger, you had to keep up with the older kids or something like that.
And it's not a very social placement.
No. It's really not, and that again I think has to do with just like the Saturn influence on it. Capricorn risings, it's crazy because even if it's like given to the most irresponsible person, like they are so lazy, like in actuality, everybody's like, they seem so responsible, and the teachers will always be like, we're gonna give you the responsibility. And here I am, double Capricorn, Cancer rising, never giving me the responsibility when I'm the one that actually wants it. They're gonna give the Capricorn rising responsibility, who's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I 12 house shit.
He's like overwhelmed, like, why do I seem so responsible? Yeah, we've had Capricorn risings complain about their Capricorn rising, and then we're just listening there like, you feel like people think you're too smart.
Wow.
Okay, and too responsible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it can be tiring, like, always having the responsibility, and like you probably feel like you can't really have fun and enjoy yourself much, so from that point of view, like, it is understandable.
Or feel like you see other people see you as intimidating, and that's not very fun if you want to be like social. And yeah, it can be a very restrictive placement. Also, you just don't know how to comfort people. I don't know either, but like emotional comfort, you don't know what that is. You're like, it's just time. You're like, I can give you some advice on what you should do because I'm always right, but I'm not going to be like, oh, poor baby. You know, that's not your kind of thing. Definitely Capricorn risings are much easier on males in this society. Yes.
Because like they're kind of expected to like not cry, be a man, like don't show your emotions, and so from a male perspective, like that's accepted. But a lot of females with Capricorn rising, I think, will be looked at a lot more strange, because you think that the stereotype or the gender norm is like females are emotional and caring and nurturing. So I think it's even harder to be female with a Capricorn rising.
Yeah, and we know 2 males that have Cancer moons and Capricorn risings, which is interesting because it's the opposite of Shaina, who has a Capricorn moon, so that's very much her inner self, but then she projects this like more feminine thing, and then they have like, they're very mushy and deep down inside, like sensitive and whatever, but they project this like no feeling, no emotion, and both of them were in the military, so there's another thing. Capricorn rising.
Yeah, no, it's so Capricorn rising, like in that structure too, and then like it's a very like military's very like work to get to the top. I don't know, just
and it's very much like, it makes sense that like the Cancer rising, like, oh, they because I heard stories at least from one of them about their experience, and you know, they would be in these situations like as a medic, like seeing blood and horror and terrible things, and like wanting to, you know, feeling bad and like feeling from their moon placement, from their Cancer moon, and then having them say like, you don't have time to do that, you're a medic, if you don't get your shit together, this person's going to die. So Capricorn rising the fuck up and stop being a Cancer moon.
Capricorn risings, I think, are the hardest rising to penetrate past their rising. They like, it's really hard to get past their rising into their sun and moon. They're like the most likely to hold that back, I think. Yeah, Capricorn rising though is definitely going to be a really good boss. You know what I mean? And like, I had somebody at work that I think was a Capricorn rising. I don't know for sure, but she had to be. And I loved working with her because she was so like structured and like just like you do this, and like she saw like that I was responsible, so she'd give me tasks to do, and I love that. So a lot of people won't like, I think, working with Capricorn risings because they're like very serious and like blah 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 blah, but I don't know,
I think they're productive.
They're very productive. They know how to get shit done. They don't dilly-dally around it. They're very to the point.
But it's interesting when they have different placements and you see them like getting overwhelmed, but like feeling like they're unable to show it. You know, because it's not impossible for a Capricorn rising to get overwhelmed. In fact,
it's very easy.
It's very easy. But it's a matter of just like not showing it.
And Capricorn rising, like, it's obviously the goat, so it's gonna go through like the struggles, and it's gonna get a lot of shit thrown at them, and probably maybe even like I think earlier in life even than most Capricorns, because it's like the first thing that was like, you know what I mean, it was given to them by like how they thought their family wanted to see them in a way. So it's gonna feel like you're kind of constantly battling things in life, and nothing's ever like, the waters are never clear.
But let's go into your 7th house, which is Cancer.
Yes. So you're definitely kind of looking for somebody that's a little bit below you.
Like you still want to maintain that power struggle, or not power struggle, that status, I guess, above your partner. But from your partner, you're looking for someone who can take out the emotions that are so buried by your ascendant, and who can nurture you. Someone who will not see your coldness and your calculatedness as an obstacle to being emotional and being caring towards you and being intimate in like every sense of the word. You're
gonna be so focused on work that you're gonna want somebody that forces you to be focused on your family and whole life, and you're gonna be interested in that from somebody. And you also might want somebody that you're like, well, they're not great now, but I might be able to build them up, you know what I mean, or something like that. And this is like, well, this delicate person, like, it's a project, but I don't know. So, okay, Capricorn risings, I hope that you'd enjoyed this video. If you can't enjoy anything, just kidding. I love Capricorns, but anything else to add?
No, I think we gotta keep it nice and Saturn concise. No dilly-dallying. None of this fucking Cancer rising silly shit that you guys hate. Just rolling their eyes like, God, finish already. Okay, bye.
Bye.